Pasti teman-teman pernah dengar celetukan, anak Gen Z gampang banget nyerah. Baru dikritik dikit langsung overthinking. Atau, anak zaman sekarang kalau stres dikit pasti langsung healing.
Have you ever heard people say this? Gen Z give up too easily, Gen Z get a criticized a little and suddenly the overthinking. Or this one, kids today get a stress a bit and they immensely go to healing.
Lalu, teman-teman pasti pernah mendengar istilah generasi strawberry. Generasi yang kelihatannya cantik di luar tapi rapuh ketika menghadapi tekanan.
Then you will probably hear the term strawberry generation that look pretty on the outside but is a fragile when facing a pressure.
Kenapa ya Gen Z sering banget dicap lemah sama generasi yang lebih tua? Atau hal ini terjadi karena adanya benturan nilai antar generasi?
Why is it that Gen Z is so often labeled as weak by the older generation? Or does it happen because there is a clash of value between generation?
Di video kali ini, kita akan jelajahi sisi psikologis dan sosial di balik label lemah ini. Aku Noala, akan memandumu untuk memuaskan rasa keingintahuanmu.
In this video, we are going to explore the psychological and social side behind this weak label. I, Nawala, will guide you to start satisfying your curiosity.
Pertama, kita harus pahami dulu, Gen Z tumbuh dalam lingkungan yang sangat berbeda dengan generasi Baby Boomer atau Gen X.
First, we need to understand that Gen Z grew up in an environment that is very different from Baby Boomers or Gen X.
Label lemah yang sering disematkan ke Gen Z itu sebenarnya muncul dari perbandingan gaya hidup antar generasi.
The weak label that is often given to Gen Z actually come from comparing lifestyle between generations.
Generasi Baby Boomer dan Gen X tumbuh di era yang keras. Stabilitas ekonomi sulit, informasi terbatas, dan harus kerja keras untuk bertahan. Sementara Gen Z tumbuh di era digital. Serba cepat, penuh informasi, dan di satu sisi, serba cemas.
Baby Boomers and Gen X grew up in harsh era. Economic stability was difficult, information was limited, and they had to work hard just to survive. Meanwhile, Gen X grew up in the digital era. Everything is fast, full of information, and on the other hand, full of anxiety.
Menurut Dr. Haim Ginott, dalam teori helikopter parenting yang banyak diteliti dalam psikologi perkembangan, generasi sebelum Gen Z sering dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih independen dan otoriter.
According to Dr. Haim Ginott, in the helicopter parenting theory, which is widely studied in developmental psychology, the generation before Gen Z were often raised with parenting that was more independent and authoritarian.
Sementara banyak Gen Z yang dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih protektif dan fokus pada harga diri atau self-esteem. Dari kecil, mereka terus didengar dan dilindungi. Ini bagus untuk membangun kepercayaan diri.
Meanwhile, many Gen Z individuals were raised with parenting that was more protective and focused on self-esteem. Since childhood, they were constantly listened to and protected. This is good for building confidence.
Tapi di mata generasi lama yang terbiasa tahan banting, ini bisa terlihat seperti manja.
But in the eyes of the older generation, who were used to being tough, this can look like being spoiled.
Nah, karena cara hidup dan pola asuh yang berbeda ini, maka cara menghadapi masalah tiap generasi pun beda juga. Tapi bedanya ini sering disalahartikan sebagai tanda kelemahan.
Now, because the lifestyle and parenting style are different, the way each generation focus problem is also different. But these differences are often misunderstood as sign of weakness.
Yang kedua, menurut penelitian dari The American Psychological Association tahun 2022, Gen Z adalah generasi paling cemas dibanding generasi lain. Hal ini disebabkan karena Gen Z adalah generasi digital native. Mereka tidak pernah mengenal dunia tanpa internet. Tekanan di dunia maya, seperti cyberbullying, FOMO, atau fear of missing out, dan standar kesuksesan yang tidak realistis adalah tekanan yang nyata dan tidak dialami generasi sebelumnya dalam bentuk yang sama.
Second, according to research from the American Psychological Association in 2022, Gen Z is the most anxious generation compared to older generation. This is because the Gen Z is digital native generation. They have never known a world without the internet. Pressures in the online world, such as cyberbullying, FOMO, or fear of missing out, and unrealistic standard of success, are real pressures that older generation did not experience in the same form.
Jadi ketika Gen Z terlihat stres karena media sosial, generasi sebelumnya mungkin menganggapnya sebagai masalah yang tidak nyata.
So when Gen Z appear distressed because of social media, older generation may think is not real problem.
Selain itu, Gen Z lebih sadar akan krisis global seperti pandemi, resesi, dan perubahan iklim bikin masa depan terasa nggak pasti. Jadi, bukan karena lemah, tapi karena beban psikologis mereka jauh lebih kompleks, terutama di era informasi yang nggak pernah berhenti seperti sekarang ini.
In addition, Gen Z is more aware of global crises such as pandemic, recession, and climate change that make the future feel uncertain. So, it's not because they are weak, but because their psychological burdens are much more complex, especially in an era of non-stop information like today.
Menariknya, Gen Z justru dikenal sebagai generasi yang lebih sadar kesehatan mental. Kalau dulu stres dianggap hal biasa, sekarang mereka berani ngomong, "Aku butuh bantuan, aku butuh istirahat."
Interestingly, Gen Z is actually known as a generation that is more aware of mental health. In the past, stress was considered normal. Now, they dare to say, I need help, I need rest.
Menurut riset dari Verywell Mind dan Harvard Health, Gen Z paling terbuka terhadap terapi dan self-care dibanding generasi sebelumnya. Nah, buat sebagian orang tua, keterbukaan ini justru terlihat seperti kelemahan. Padahal sebenarnya ini bentuk kekuatan bahwa mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri.
According to research from Verywell Mind and Harvard Health, Gen Z is the most open to therapy and self-care compared to previous generation. For some parents, this opens actually look like weakness, but actually this is a form of strength because they dare to face themselves.
Dan menurut penelitian di Jurnal Psikologi Indonesia yang terbit tahun 2021, keterbukaan emosional ini justru meningkatkan resiliensi dan kemampuan beradaptasi terhadap stres.
According to research in the Journal Psychology Indonesia published in 2021, this emotional openness actually increases resilience and the ability to adapt to stress.
Hal ini tentunya akan menyebabkan adanya benturan nilai antar generasi. Apa yang dianggap kuat oleh generasi lama belum tentu sama definisinya bagi Gen Z.
This will naturally create a clash of values between generations. What is considered strong by the older generation does not necessarily have the same definition for Gen Z.
Berdasarkan penelitian oleh American Psychological Association atau biasa disebut APA, bagi generasi lama, kuat berarti diam dan menahan masalah. Namun bagi Gen Z, kuat justru berarti berani mengakui kelemahan dan mencari pertolongan.
Based on research by the American Psychological Association or APA, for the older generation, being strong means staying silent in enduring problems, But for Gen Z, being strong means being brave enough to admit weakness and seek help.
Apa yang disebut lemah oleh generasi lama sebenarnya adalah kesadaran akan kesehatan mental yang lebih tinggi. Gen Z lebih berani bilang, aku nggak baik-baik aja. Dan itu adalah bentuk keberanian baru. Sebagai bentuk, mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri dan lebih aware akan diri sendiri.
What is called weak by the older generation is actually a higher awareness of mental health. Gen Z is braver to say, I'm not okay, and that is a new form of courage as a form of facing themselves and being more aware of themselves.
Lalu, berdasarkan studi dari LinkedIn atau Deloitte tentang tren kerja Gen Z, bertahan di pekerjaan yang toksik justru dianggap bodoh. Lain halnya dengan generasi baby boomer, mungkin bangga bertahan di satu perusahaan selama 30 tahun. Gen Z lebih loyal pada nilai-nilai pribadi, work-life balance, dan pertumbuhan diri. Sementara generasi sebelumnya, sikap ini bisa dianggap sebagai tidak setia dan cepat menyerah.
Then, based on studies from LinkedIn or Deloitte on Gen Z work trends, staying in a toxic place is considered foolish. Meanwhile, baby boomers may be proud of staying in one company for 13 years. Gen Z is more loyal to personal values, work-life balance, and life growth. For the older generation, leaving a job can be seen as being disloyal and giving up easily.
Sekarang bayangkan, bagi generasi yang dulu berjuang dari nol, kerja keras tanpa banyak mengeluh itu tanda kekuatan. Tapi bagi Gen Z, keseimbangan hidup dan kesehatan mental justru jadi prioritas.
Now, imagine for a generation who once struggled from zero, working hard without complaining is a sign of strength, but for Gen Z, mental health balance become a priority.
Jadi, yang terjadi bukan siapa kuat, siapa lemah, tapi benturan nilai hidup dan cara bertahan yang berbeda.
So, what happens is not about who is strong or who is weak, but a class of life value and different way of surviving.
Jangan salah, di balik stereotip lemah, Gen Z juga punya kekuatan luar biasa. Yang pertama, adaptif terhadap perubahan teknologi. Kedua, punya empati sosial tinggi. Terakhir, berani bicara soal keadilan, kesetaraan, dan isu global.
Don't get it wrong, behind the weak stereotype, Gen Z also has extraordinary strengths. First, they are adaptive to technological change. Second, they have high society empathy. Lastly, they dare to speak about justice, equality, and global issue.
Penelitian dari survei Deloitte Global pada tahun 2024 bahkan menyebut Gen Z adalah generasi paling sadar nilai, paling peduli terhadap isu kemanusiaan dan lingkungan.
Research from the Deloitte Global Survey in 2024 even states that Gen Z is most value-conscious generation and the most concerned about humanitarian and environmental issue.
Jadi mungkin mereka bukan lemah, tapi lebih peka dan manusiawi.
So, maybe they are not weak, but more sensitive and more human.
Jadi, setiap generasi punya caranya sendiri buat bertahan. Gen Z bukan lemah. Mereka hanya berjuang di medan perang yang berbeda. Medan perangnya penuh dengan tekanan digital, ketidakpastian ekonomi, dan kesadaran akan isu-isu global yang membuat cemas.
So, every generation has its own way of surviving. Gen Z is not weak, they are simply fighting on a different battlefield. A battlefield full of digital pressure, economic uncertainty, and awareness of global issues that create anxiety.
Sebaliknya, kita juga perlu memahami bahwa generasi sebelumnya dibesarkan dengan nilai survival dan ketahanan fisik. Kritik mereka, meski terdengar menyebalkan, seringkali berasal dari rasa khawatir dan cara mereka menunjukkan kasih sayang menurut bahasa mereka.
On the other hand, we also need to understand that older generation were raised with value of survival and physical endurance. Their criticism, even if it sounds annoying, often come from worry and their own way of showing affection, according to their language.
Kalau kamu Gen Z atau mungkin dari generasi sebelumnya, gimana menurutmu? Tulis pendapatmu di kolom komentar. Jangan lupa like, share, dan subscribe, biar makin banyak yang bisa mikir bareng. Aku Noala, stay curious, dan sampai jumpa.
If you are Gen Z or maybe from an older generation, what do you think? Read your opinion in the comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more people can think together. Bye bye.